What's good? All right. Man, a very, very good show over there on Trill Box and Talk. I felt him 100%. Trying to pick a fight with some haters, boy. Goodness gracious, goodness gracious. What is happening with y'all this morning? No. Jay West, what's good, man? TC the Crisis, what's going on? The Architect One, Chef Boy ID, Michael James 616, B&B Boxing, Brothers UK, what's good? Mir, what's going on? Kenneth Johnson, what's going on? Aunt Riley, man, ain't seen you in a minute, man. What's happening with you? Belts, I'm doing good, man. Good to see you as well. Let me sit up straight. Yeah, man. Yeah, let's Saint Laurent, what's going on, man? I guess this might be dragging a little bit. People kind of coming in here slow. Nothing's up with me, man. Just, same old, some old-ish. Different day, man. Just putting in work on the job, putting work in on the channel, putting work in with the kids, all of that good old stuff. Clovis Watson, what's going on, man? God bless you as well. Dion Chris, what's going on, man? Busy work schedule, catching you on replay, but glad to be back live. That's what's up, Ant, because, man, I definitely hadn't seen you in a minute. Good to see you back in here, man. So, yeah, man. I didn't get to see, excuse me. Sorry, man. I had something stuck in my teeth. I had to fix that. Juniper B, what's going on? Man, I'm good, man. Was listening to Black Fight Fan TV go off about these Johnny come lately ass dudes. these Johnny come lately dudes, man, talking crap about the Ldbc. And when 78 started talking about people not understanding the history of like the YouTube boxing community, man, it shit really hits me, man, because I swear to goodness, man, before there was the YouTube boxing community, there was just before YouTube got big, because YouTube really got big in around 2006. So it's been going on about 13 years. What's going on, Craig L? It's been going on about what's going on, Star City J. It's been going on about 13 years since YouTube really started being big, period. And then boxing on YouTube, it took a little bit longer for boxing on YouTube to get big. What's going on, Brothers UK, man? Much love in that super chat, man. I appreciate the support. Right? But I've been here the whole time. I was here before when the real stuff really started with chat rooms, like Eastside Boxing's chat rooms, Max Boxing's chat rooms, right? Pretty much when the internet, because before there was YouTube, right? There was internets and websites. You used to have to go between like 2 or 3 different websites. And then eventually the people from the websites and all that stuff moved on and centralized on YouTube. Yeah, I'll say, yeah, the old AOL chat room, boxing scenes chat room, all those type of things, man. And he said, I was with you before you started showing live streams. What's up, Jay Cooley? Yes, sir. TC the Crisis said, let me hit you early before you start cooking, fam. I appreciate you, man. But look, man, that's the genesis of it. And really and truly, man, I'm telling you, there was nowhere that you could go as a Black Fight fan and have without getting talked bad about everything you say, because there's so many racists on the internet, man. So many of them. And they were so active on those websites. And I remember saying something positive about, I can't remember who I was talking about, but some fighter, just for the sake of saying it, say it was Diego Corrales or somebody. I said something positive to say about Diego Corrales. And he said, I've been here a long time. Yep, the LJ fighter. Yeah, you have, man. You know about the AOL chat rooms. Look, man. He said, don't breathe life into these haters. Y'all the only positive energy on YouTube. Much respect. Oh, man, I'm not breathing life into them. They dead. They dead. See, there you go. Low T key. Spence is a clown. Okay. Anyway, back low key T. You know what low key usually means? Down low key, down low T. There was nowhere to go, man. So when when YouTube started, and I first got hip to, by the time I started, really got hip to YouTube, Blood Boxing already had a channel. Blood Boxing had a channel. Carcino had a channel. 78 had a channel. I'm pretty sure Mr. Boxing Today had a channel. And those are pretty much the guys that I was listening to. And then I used to listen to that guy out of the UK. T stands for Transformer. Yeah, you know. Oh, low key Transformer, or you mean low stands for transvestite? Low key transvestite. But then the YouTube community got inundated with people who are like that too. So there's all these beefs going back and forth between these dudes. And then 78 Sword TV said, man, look, fuck this. We're gonna have a new community. It's gonna be the Ldbc. Put a hashtag Ldbc, and we're gonna be our own community, get away from the rest of these trolls, and boom. And that's what I did, and it's been about 4 years now. I think that was about 4 years ago. So then it shifted from just having a few channels to now there's so many and so much content coming out on a regular basis that it's a safe haven for boxing. You can actually talk boxing with like-minded people and not get called all kind of crazy names, like 78, like Black Fight Fan TV said, not have bananas and stuff put up in your comment section. And you know why that is? Because we got the moderators who will blow your ass out the water. So just while you guys are talking about why does people go, why you have so many moderators? Your moderators are overactive. No, my moderators are throwing your ass the fuck up out of here for acting a fool. Okay, not making life crazy uncomfortable for people. Sweet Sign said the Ldbc started with debate roundtables. Rilo Jenkins had that intro lit. Yeah, I remember. Man, Rilo, and you're right, man. Cloven Watson said these racist people that's on YouTube is crazy. Yeah, they're everywhere. But they just pretty much just want to make your day miserable. That's the goal. That's their goal. They're not really boxing fans. Don't know really much about the sport, man. They just want to make your life. They just want to make you feel bad about feeling good about yourself. What's going on, Brandon Ivy? Kevin Brooks, I am asking Errol to to please change his people, places, and circumstance. I'm not talking about his parents. They are responsible for a grown man who goes out and have a good time while he's out. Man, look, dude, all Errol Spence Jr. do is got to fix Errol Spence's problems. I don't think there's anything wrong with Errol Spence Jr.'s team. I've been in the gym with his team. Those dudes are focused. Those guys are focused. I don't think that's his team. Errol Spence is a grown man. You make mistakes. You make mistakes. If you're gonna make mistakes, dude, you will find somebody to make mistakes with you. When you mature, you center yourself around the things that you have to do. I mean, Errol's probably, and I don't know, and I'm not trying to say that I know what's going on in his life. But look, man, it's not that big a fucking change. At nighttime, take your ass to bed. That's it. That's not too much of a big, as far as what happened with that party stuff, dude, go to bed. Go to bed at the end of the night. That's it. It gets past 10 o'clock. It's 10 o'clock. You've worked out. You've done your shit. Sit down. Watch it. Get your girl next to you. Or whatever, your kids next to you. Turn the TV on and watch replays of The Wire. Laugh and go your ass to bed. Get up in the morning and do the same thing. Go get up in the morning. Go look for some apartment buildings to buy. Meet with your accountant. And you keep on moving on. You got to get yourself you have to mature out of a party mindset, dude. You have to mature out of that. And more than likely, he really sacrificed a lot. More than likely, he really sacrificed a lot to get to the stage that he's in, and he wants to celebrate. But all you got to do, but that's it. It ain't no super over fucking complicated ass change your own life type shit. If he likes to drink and it's not working for him, don't drink. Try not to drink. And if you're partying out late, if you can't get into accidents driving around at 2 a.m, if you ain't out at 2 a.m. That's it. Don't try. I mean, why the people, please don't try to like overcomplicate the dude's shit. It's a fine-tuned type of thing. You know what I mean? It's just a fine-tune. It's just fine-tuning his life. It's not like the dude is out there. It's not like the dude is out there robbing banks and robbing banks and beating up females and not taking care of his kids and shooting heroin up his arms. I mean, come on, man. That dude is not doing any of that type of shit. He's out with his friends partying. He's a rich young man out partying. And the way that you solve that is don't go out to party. We've all been there. I mean, I did a video today about it. And I tell you, in 1996, I got a DUI. Same circumstance. Not same as in it was a Mazda RX-7. It wasn't it was a Mazda RX-7. I didn't crash, but it was a Mazda RX-7. It was my birthday. I was out at about 2 o'clock in the morning, coming home from hanging out with my friends. I had been drinking and I got pulled over and I got a DUI. I got a DWI. I think it was a DUI. I got a DUI. That was in 1996. Ever since then, I was like, shit, I cannot do that again. And he said RX-7 had those roading injuries. Yeah, man, that shit was, I like my car. Black, it was black. It was black with a little sunroof. You know, it was brand. It was relative, pretty. It was like in 96, it was like a 94 RX-7. So, but anyway, man, it's like you learn from that shit. You learn from it. If you learn from it, you're going to learn from it. I was a little younger than him. Maybe I might have been 25. I might have been 25 or 26, but it's the same thing. You got a little money in your pocket. You know, you're out of the club. There are women around. You're having a couple drinks and I got pulled over. He had a car crash. But it could have been the same thing. It could have been I dozed off and my tire hit. That doesn't make me a drunk. I wasn't a drunk. I wasn't somebody who was I wasn't living the type of life where, you know, somebody needed to feel sorry. I needed to like radically change my life. Woulda, coulda, shoulda, woulda, coulda been, would have been. I mean, I'm not sure what you mean by that. Could have been, would have been. But all he got was, you can say that shit about Errol Spence. All he did is get a DUI. That's it. What you supposed to do? And it's one thing. You want to beat somebody up for making a mistake? Start with yourself. What about the shit you did? And sit back for a second and think about the shit you did. The shit that you did that got you in trouble. Because everybody's had that. Trying to sit on top of somebody's neck. Trying to sit on top of somebody's neck for some shit like that is, I mean, come on, man. We know you did something. I don't even have to know who your name is. I know you did some shit. I know you did. Because you're past the age of 12. Gregor Wise said, for 9, let's focus the Ldbc echo machine on Kovalev's self-inflicted criminal wounds. Man, look. The situation with Kovalev and the situation from Errol Spence Jr. are radically different. That dude is violent. And I'm sorry, man. I did this. Y'all ain't going to like my Clarissa Shields video that I did. But I did. I have like no sympathy I have no sympathy for people who are willfully violent. They got to go. That's the one group of people that I believe prisons are built for. I don't think prisons should be built for people who just because they sell a piece of, you know, a plant, an illegal plant. I don't think jails should be out there just because, you know, somebody's a deadbeat dad or somebody that's violent. Somebody that's violent, your ass needs to be in a room. And you need to be in a room by your fucking self. Okay? Because you will fix that shit quick if you by yourself. Sit your ass in a box by yourself for about 2 months. And then let your ass back out. And if you do the shit again, you're going right back in that box. That shit will either drive them crazy or it will fix them. Because humans ain't meant to be alone. But whatever the case is, Kovalev, number one, he's a racist. Or not just a racist. A whole lot of these dudes are that. But he's just a fucking piece of shit. He said that's some Olivia Pope shit. I'm telling you, that's because that's illegal. Like a solitary confinement is illegal for long periods of time. Sit your ass in that shit sit your ass in there for about 3 weeks, 6 months, 6 months by yourself. You're either gonna go crazy or you're gonna fix that shit. But I think that's just violent people. I wouldn't say. I think that's why I'm down with Kovalev, because Kovalev is going out of his way to try to hurt people. And if you let him out, he ain't got to be drunk to be hurt and trying to hurt somebody. Those are just two different. His best friend is black. Whose best friend is black? There's a lot of racists whose best friends are black. Because there's a lot of coons out there who specialize in making people who are terribly racist feel like they're not. That's what they specialize, man. UK is highly frowned upon. What are you talking about? What are you Glowacki? What are you talking about? For nine, people just see this as an opportunity to be pointing fingers. We shouldn't give it air since they said nothing about Kovalev. Man, I think that there's a learning experience, man. I mean, why shouldn't you? I mean, I don't have a problem talking about it. I don't think it's something that's bad. It's something that somebody shouldn't talk about because it's not something that other people haven't experienced. That's just put it in perspective. I don't think it's something that I don't think it's something you should focus on for, a month, but saying something about it, I mean, it's right there in the news. It's a boxing channel. This is a boxing channel. And I talk about Errol Spence. I'm a big supporter of Errol Spence. I talk about him often. So, I mean, I think that would be a little strange that if something like this happened, that I didn't mention it at all. You know what I mean? Then I would try to be I think I would be giving credence to people that would say that, hey, Fanon doesn't talk about difficult circumstances. This particular thing, is very unfortunate. But like I said, it is. What's going on, Denard Reed? Sugar Fantastic in the building, man. Much love. Hey, Kennedy Leonard said all races have best friends that are black. Let me tell you, man. My dad taught me this because he used to work. My dad retired. He's retired, obviously. But he's not, obviously, because I guess you don't know my dad. But my dad's retired. For years, he worked with IBM. And what he said was this. He was like, look, son, it's real easy to get along with racists. He's like, it's easy, real easy. Because they never think that they are. They don't think that they're racist. They think that they don't like you because it's reasonable not to like you, right? There's some fact that they have. They don't think that they just have some bias. They think that their reason for disliking black people is a rational thing. And I believe what he said is true because if you ever talk to them, they'll tell you, they're lazy, this. Big LT said, read my last statement. Dang, that's the second read last statement. I just did. Are you trying to get me your last statement was read my last statement? You got to put that at the bottom, man, and put Fanon on it. And then you said Christoph. Yeah, it's kind of difficult at this point in time because the comments kind of fly, man. You got to put that at the bottom. Hey, I read 3 statements that I could see, and I didn't see what you're talking about. So you got to put that in here. Ricky Williams said, Fanon, jealousy is a strong emotion, goes all the way back to the days of Jack Johnson. They can't stand to see your brother shining. No, absolutely, man. I mean, some of them can't. I don't think it's as much as seeing one shine as seeing people happy. Like, I think they got like this internal police mechanism, you know, like not like they're literally the police, but like they feel like it's their job to police you. You know what I mean? Like to control your expectations of life. Because I can't understand why people would come to chats that they're nobody want to talk to them, but they really feel driven to correct you on a daily basis. Dre's finest at 1,000 salute to Fanon. Always keep it chill. Thank you, sir. And I'm looking for Big LT for repost your comment. But let me get back to what my pop said, man, about this, because I think this is very, very, very true. He's basically saying what he said was that the easiest way to get along with them is to be the exception. Is to tell them that they're right, to be friendly with them, to not do the things that they think they don't like about the others. And as a result, they're going to like you and they'll like you more because it makes them feel as if you are the exception that proves the rule, right? You're like, yeah, I don't dislike all black people. I just like 99% of them, and I can prove it. I like Jerry. Jerry's a good guy. Jerry and my kids play together. Jerry comes to my house. You know, I gotta go to Jerry's house because he lives around the rest of them. But you know what I mean? So that's what you get. That's why they always have a best friend, because there's always someone there willing. And if they got some money, they're definitely gonna have a best friend like that. How can you call a person lazy for being exhausted? That's not for me, obviously. Kevon Brooks said, brother, I ask you, don't you feel it makes more sense to call someone and let them curse you out the next morning as a real friend? He should not have been driving. That's what real friends do. Nah, I don't know. No. I'm not sure what you mean. You feel it makes sense to call someone out and curse out the next morning as a real friend? If you cursing somebody out, how you being a friend? I mean, your job as a friend is to support somebody. That's it. They got to make their own decisions about what they do. I think the best you can do is not enable them. But, you know, what's going on, Fanon? Oh, Fanon points up. Big LT. God dog, man. Hey, Big LT. I'm going to look for this carefully, but dude, I can't do it. If you keep just put it in the chat, man, with Fanon, and I'll see it in red. If you put @Fanon and your comment, I will see it. If you just put Fanon in caps, I'm not going to see it because there's a lot of chat. There's a lot of chats. I mean, there's a lot of comments in the chat. You just got to put, just like the L Fighter said, @Fanon. I can see that. Boom. It's sitting out in the orange. And for me on my screen, it's bold orange. So I can't go back up and look. But if you put a comment that says @Fanon International Boxing, then I'll see it. But I think now it feels to me like you just want me to keep going up, like you're pranking me or something. What's going on, Eddie Cheese? What's going on, Legendary Top Cats? Man, if y'all ain't subscribed to Legendary Top Cats, man, hey, big subscribe to it, man. That shit was funny as shit the other morning. Hey, Big LT, if you're trolling me, I'm going to take your wrench. I'm going to throw you out. Okay? You troll me, I'm trolling you back. That shit is, put your comment in the comment section, and if I don't see it soon, I'm going to take your wrench and I'm going to throw you out. Don't do that shit to me. If that's what you're doing. If not, put the comment in the comment. Put @Fanon in the comment section. We're going to ignore Evil Kovalev's allegations, which were way worse, and let him fight Canelo. Why can't we do the same for our fighter, Errol? My potential thing is I'm not ignoring it. I'm not ignoring it. At the same time, we said, yo, press as F for that comment, though. Yeah, I'm sorry I missed that, man. But I seriously, man, it's almost like 3-2-1, Big LT. Because now I feel like you're playing me. I went up like 4 comments. I don't get how the fuck that's funny. Fanon is doing right by addressing it, but some have never seen him fight, but popped up today admonishing like they care about the issues. They don't. No, they don't. And look, man, get straight what I'm saying. It's just a lesson to learn. Big LT is gray. Oh, is he gray? Oh, I thought, you know what? I might be messing him up. Oh, he is. Goodbye, Big LT. You're not in blue? I don't know why I thought you were in blue. Hasta la vista, homie. Fuck up out of here, man. Oh, I thought he was blue. I don't know why I thought he was blue. Fuck up out of here, homie. You think Spence post saying he's a savage is being taken wrong after that? It's fake, Pablo. He didn't say that. That's fake. You talking about that shit that was out there? That shit's fake. He didn't do that. It's fake. That's what I think about that. It's fake. He didn't post it. That's what I think about that. I think somebody, I don't know where people got that shit from. And if it was actually on his Twitter account, somebody that had access to his, where did I hear it's fake? From his father, from his family, from them. It's not real. It's fake. He did not post that. He did not post that. Somebody else is on his, somebody else that had access. If it was posted on his account, it's somebody else that had access to it. Otherwise, it was posted to it's not, I'm not even asking you, dude. I'm telling you it's fake. Let me put this out to you. It is fake. That is not, he did not post that. He did not post that. I'm not saying he got hacked or he didn't get hacked. I'm telling you, he didn't post it. That's what I'm telling you. He didn't post it. He, Errol Spence, did not post it. If it's on his account, he did not post it. That's what I'm telling you. I got messages from people very, very, very close to the circumstance that said that is not, he did not post it. Ignore that. Now, if you don't believe I have the access to that, go check my account and you will see that I have access to that. So, yeah, he said, well, he deleted it because it's not convenient. First of all, Gastub, you got one more time to say it's convenient before it's convenient for me to put you the fuck out. I'm telling you straight, he did not post it. What the fuck would it look like? Why would he say, I'm a fucking savage, celebrating a fucking car accident? What man that had a fucking near-death experience would put out some shit to say, I'm a fucking savage? What the fuck is savage about barely living? Stupid. The fuck is savage about that? I told you the shit was fake. I'm telling you it's fake. You can, if you don't believe it's fake, get the fuck. It's fake. It's not. He didn't do it. So stop. You guys want to ask it. That's why you think if you're just trying to compound some shit. Pablo said fake news. That's why I ask you, because I know you know the truth. Thanks. Look, man, cats don't just reach out for no fucking reason and say that shit. I was like, what the fuck? First of all, look, man, the dude is in a beautiful situation and he has a great problem. The problem is that he's alive. He's got some scars or whatever he has to heal up. and he's going to continue to take care of his family. He's going to continue to live. I am very, very happy for that young man. But for you motherfuckers to jump on a fucking soapbox, you piece of, come on, man. We got 324,000. We got 324 people in here. Nigga, 122 of you guys have fucked up in your life. Fuck out of here. And one of you guys was on a ghost account on here twice. Kiss my ass. Don't go preaching at somebody who's done more, who makes a mistake. One fucking mistake. It's not like Kovalev. It's not like he called Adonis Stevenson a monkey. Then he put some stuff, some nigga shit, all in a text about Andre Ward. And then he punched a dog. Then he beat up a woman. It's not like thing after thing after thing after thing. The guy had a car accident. Damn. The dude had a car accident. He might have been drinking and had a car accident. You motherfuckers have been behind the wheel of a car drinking. If you say you're not, you either don't drink at all or you're a fucking liar. Okay? Stop fucking lying. Acting like you ain't never gotten a car with a buzz. That's why there is Mothers Against Drunk Driving. That's why there are drinking and driving rules, because millions of people do it. And they shouldn't do it. If he did it, he made a mistake. Or he made an error. Because he didn't make a mistake. He must have known. If that's the case, then and it winds up that he has a DWI, he made a mistake. He will move, take his classes, and either he will learn from it or he won't learn from it. I've been in that situation. I learned from it. And there's not a fucking time ever that I get behind the wheel of a car and I don't think, damn, I cannot be driving like this shit, because if I do, fuck, I'm going to get that shit and next time people put my ass in jail. No, I learned from my mistake. Same thing I did when I had 3 girlfriends. That shit wasn't fucking fun, and I lost all of them. Right? I was like, damn, I liked all these girls, but because I couldn't choose one, and I run around lying to all these girls, I get myself in a fucked up situation. That's a mistake I made. People make mistakes, man. And if you're going to act like, if you're going to be, now look what I told you. I told you that, boy. Fuck out of here. And fuck, what's Fat Boy's name? If he probably ain't even going to say nothing about it. But you can't tell me that 5'6", 390-pound motherfucker don't drink. How the fuck you get that big? Damn, dude. How the fuck you live your life get that fucking big? You didn't realize when you got over 400 fucking pounds, you might need to put the fucking sausages down. The fuck out of here, man. Cat's got triple fucking at risk of a triple bypass fucking heart attack type shit. And you pointing the finger at a motherfucker for having a drink? Fuck all y'all with this pointing your fingers at people's shit. I'll point my fingers at somebody for doing some shit I would never fucking do. Dog, how you gonna punch this man in the fucking face? He ain't even looking at you. That's how you gonna sucker punch a 71-year-old man and he ain't do nothing to you. He didn't lay a finger on your. I would point a finger about that because you don't seem like you know how to act in a civil society. But you guys trying to point a finger at somebody for doing some shit your dumb asses do all the fucking time? How about you drunk motherfuckers don't get drunk and get on the keyboard saying a bunch of stupid shit, okay? I listen to y'all, many of y'all talk stupid shit all the fucking time. Shit you don't even, acting like you know shit you don't fucking know. Fuck out of here, man. This dude has busted his ass, been responsible 99.9% of the shit you've ever heard about this kid. He's a nice kid. He's a respectful kid. The kid ain't never missed weight. The guy fights the people he's supposed to fight. The guy gives you entertaining fights. The guy takes care of his kids, always got his kids next to him. He retired his mama. He retired his daddy. He's fucking making his city of Dallas proud. He comes and brings a big fight to the people that supported him from the beginning of his career. And you motherfuckers are looking for the opportunity to try to drag this man down. because he made a fucking mistake? Fuck you. If he does it again, say something. If it happens again, say something. But you don't really care about the kid. It's a bad look, man. First of all, it's a bad look to who? It's a bad look. It's a bad look to who? To who? And I'm gonna ask you, I respect you, future TV past. It's a bad luck to who? It's a bad look to who? It's a bad look to me? Is that a bad look to me? How the fuck am I gonna look at him crazy when I did the same thing? How can I look at him crazy like, damn, dude, you drank and drive? I did. And so did you. And so did you. Your ass just either got caught and you ain't gonna fucking admit it, or you didn't get caught and your time to get caught is fucking coming up. The fuck out of here, man. Millions of people do that stupid shit. Fuck out of here, man. The man make a mistake, you want to run him, up underneath the fucking, you looking for a fucking reason. How you, and look, dude, ain't nobody, how about this? It's a bad look for your ass to be broke. How about that? How about if I'm Errol Spence Jr. talks to me and he says, damn, that's your bank account? As old as you are? Nigga, that's a bad look. What the fuck have you accomplished in your life? The first time somebody makes a mistake so you can look down your nozzle at him. Man, get out of here, man. Like, for real. You guys, how many motherfuckers get caught that shit and you walk by you every day? You're just gonna look right down at your nostrils at him, huh? Shit, get out, man, please. Said two drinks equals DUI, could have been busted 100 times. Exactly. Dude, it's a bad look to be, it is a bad look to be broke. But shit, there's a whole lot of people looking bad. And I've looked bad on many occasions, okay? Just come on, man. I don't have to do. It's done. What he did was irresponsible, is what it was. It was irresponsible. I don't think you can say something was dumb if you know exactly what you're doing. What he did was irresponsible. It was irresponsible. I think that is the more specific word. It's irresponsible. It's unnecessarily risky for other people. Okay, but the fact is nobody else got hurt. Thank God. He got hurt. He paid the price. And if it was because of whatever, and I don't know that that's the case. I don't know that that's the case. I know that he's been charged. I don't know that that's the case. I don't know it. I have reason to believe that that's the case, but I don't, just like Sergey Kovalev, when somebody said, hey, let's focus on Sergey Kovalev. What I read from Sergey Kovalev, and much love to my man, Michael James Boxing and more, he sent me the complaint. When I read the complaint, I thought this is what this lady said happened. I don't know that this happened. This is one side of the story. This is her claim. That's what she complained happened. I don't know if that shit happened or not. So after it goes through court, right? And it winds up that he either is convicted of it or it's thrown out. Then I will say he got convicted for that, or the shit got thrown out. I'm not one of these. I don't do that. I don't look at what people get accused of and assume that they're guilty. That's that Me Too shit. I don't do that. I don't believe that people should lose their jobs. People should be shut down completely because somebody accuses them of doing something. People accuse me of doing shit all the time. Especially on this channel, I get accused of shit all the time. You didn't do your research. Who did Deontay Wilder ever, why didn't Why would you think that Deontay Wilder wanted to fight Klitschko after what Shelly Finkel said? You didn't do your research. Didn't you hear Shelly Finkel's manager say that he was just a kid and he had time to fight Klitschko? No, I heard. And then what I say every time is, damn, man, y'all putting that Patrick Day on me, man. Man, rest in peace, Patrick Day, man. Hold on, let me take a pause, man. Rest in peace, Patrick Day. TC The Crisis said Patrick Day just passed. Kovalev punched a woman hard. She could have died, but Me Too was quiet on Kovalev. That's because they can't get any traction on Kovalev. And that lady probably isn't. She's not a wealthy actress. That's what that's about. That's about wealthy actresses getting jobs. Me too. I need a job too. That shit's a bunch of just distracting. Fanon, especially after his last fight, popularity, kids look up to him. Okay, kids look up to him. That doesn't change it. And you talking about Errol Spence? Shit doesn't change. It doesn't change anything for me. Just doesn't change anything for me. The guy made a mistake. What did you expect? You didn't think you thought he was perfect? Did you think he was perfect? And he would never do something that was irresponsible. He would never do something that would, that could be questioned. I don't have those type of expectations for human beings. I don't. All this Manny Pacquiao shit, acting like he's some type of fucking superhero that ain't never done nothing wrong, would never do it. That's phony. It's phony. Gandhi, it's phony. Okay? You dig in the life of anybody, you're going to see some shit that's foul. 365 days a year times 50 years, homie, that's a lot of fucking opportunities to fuck up. And you will capitalize on one of them. That's what I'm saying. I don't think there's anything, and I don't think that there's anything wrong with pointing that out. I'm a huge Errol Spence Jr. supporter, and I'm gonna continue to support him. And I hope that it never happens again. I'm also glad that we're having this conversation because he lived. Because he lived. You know what I mean? He lived. That's a blessing. That's a blessing. Which is why I didn't even believe. That's why when I saw that thing that said he said that, I'm like, that doesn't make sense. Why would that be his reaction to that? Being laid up in a hospital for a week and he's going to say that? That's why I didn't believe it when I saw it. Come on, man. And you could have somebody that has access to his email. I don't believe it. Anyway, man, whatever. Fuck all that noise, okay? I don't think you need to hide, and I ain't going to hide behind it either. It ain't like Oscar De La. It's not like this is the 5th time he got caught with pictures in fishnets and no shit like that. You know? What's going on, Philip Redden? Yeah, just get out of here with your preachy stuff, man. And you can check my record. I don't preach on anybody. I've cracked some little sly jokes about Oscar De La Hoya, But if he wants to stick spatulas, take a ride on a spatula, that's on him. What I'm saying is just pay your fighters right, okay? Pay your fighters right. Stop lying on people. Oscar De La Hoya isn't necessarily like a liar like that. But, whatever. He said, I don't trust Peachers no more than anyone else. Oh, no. I don't. Malachi, what's going on? He said, man, what's the process after boxer tragically passes? Does the promoter take care of the final expenses? Does his family need help? There's a way we can donate if necessary. The best thing to know about Patrick Day specifically and his family, I would say, is to go to Blue Blood Sports TV, reach out to Blue Blood Sports TV and see if there's somewhere where you can donate to his family. Other than that, I think it depends on the fighter and the insurance that the fighter has. Also, but no, I don't believe it's the promoter that's responsible for that. Then if Ldbc is his promoter, if Ldbc was his promoter, Ldbc wasn't paying up off of what's that other young man's who Pritchard Cologne. Pritchard Cologne sued Ldbc, sued somebody else, saying that there wasn't proper medical care at the time, which led to his injuries. And Ldbc put up a defense and said it wasn't his responsibility. That was the responsibility, I think, of the New York State Athletic Commission to appoint medical, to have the medical supervision. That's the responsibility of the state of New York. So this fight, I do believe, was also this was in Chicago. So, it's a different state, so there's going to be different rules, but I assume that it has something to do, that it was related to the Illinois State Athletic Commission and whether or not they had medical people there. But I've never heard of the promoters. I haven't heard of promoters taking out massive amounts of life insurance. Maybe because this isn't health insurance with him now, it's life insurance. Even though there are going to be a lot of bills that that his family or his estate, if he had money, is going to get charged for for the amount of time that he was in the hospital before he passed. But I just think that's again, I think that's something that's for the family to go through. Is something I don't really like to think about, and but I think that more than likely a GoFundMe page or something like that should be established, probably will. And I would suspect that Blue Blood, who knows the family and is in New York, would be able to tell you, man. Said Fanon, you the first I ever sent a super chat to. Keep up the good work. This should be support the Ldbc Day, man. Thank you, man. Love Down Gatherer. I appreciate that support. But I mean, anyway. The excitement of everything, I'm not sure what that is. Oh, Black Fight Fan in 78 was talking about putting something like that together for boxers. Yeah, I mean, I would support it if they did that. I want to, man, like 70 something in 78 and Black Fight Fan we're talking about is how boxers don't necessarily know business of boxing. Like they don't know like how the sanctioning bodies work, when you become a mandatory, who's a mandatory, what the rules behind a mandatory are. One thing I know for sure is that they don't understand how to read those agreements that they sign. And if they understand certain portions of it, they don't really know. I doubt very many of them really know how to negotiate for something like insurance. Know to ask for it. When you're young, you don't think about insurance. You don't think about health insurance, right? But health insurance is a big issue. The cost of health insurance is a huge issue in the United States, period. Which is why these people with this the idea that there's so many boxing fans who will not support the idea of what they call a single payer healthcare system. A single payer healthcare system would really solve a lot of these problems. Because if somebody gets sick, they can go to the hospital. You know what I mean? I think more important for the sport of boxing and for everybody else is for people to understand that healthcare should be a right of citizens. If you're in the United States, you're a citizen of the United States, you're working, you're adding to the gross domestic product, you're becoming, you're a valuable part of the society, that we have the resources, the knowledge, the skills necessary to make sure that everybody can get health care. I mean, it's ridiculous, dude. That is a situation where I'm like, damn, you don't even have to deal with that. You wouldn't have to deal with that as just separate within boxing if there was just universal health care. But we get convinced, but ironically enough, you have people who become very, very wealthy through the sport of boxing, who will join a class of people and idolize a group of people who to a large part, wealth comes from preventing things like universal health care, where everybody can go to the doctor when they're sick. Like, why is that such a crazy idea? Or free education. Oh, you know what I mean? Like, anyway, Obama messed up my healthcare bad, man. Do you have any? Man, stop with the stupid shit, okay? Stop with the stupid shit. Half of the people, you don't even understand what the fuck he did. You just probably repeating. Oh, it made my shit more difficult. Well, it didn't make it any harder on the people the millions and millions of people that don't have it. What about the millions of people that don't have it? Did he mess their health care up? Anybody that doesn't have health insurance or is underinsured with very, very high deductibles, did Obama mess up your health insurance? Did Obama mess up the health insurance of the millions of people that are homeless? Of all the people that are homeless? Did he mess up the homeless people's health care? Huh? Come on, man. Come on. He didn't touch their health care. Didn't give them none. Didn't mess with them because they don't have it. Anyway. Exactly, Fanon. They're repeating and repeating. Yeah, man. Come on, man. The only reason you wouldn't want universal health care is because whatever. Because you've got enough money where it doesn't make a difference to you. But there's or people fearmonger you into it. Or point out something that went wrong with your health care. But Obama didn't do universal health care. He ran on that shit and then didn't support it. I ain't no big fan of Obama at all. Not at all. So yeah, you can throw Obama at me if you want. You throw Obama at somebody else. Okay? Obama bailed out banks instead of Obama took the money from the taxes of people that suffered because of the collapse of the banking system, turned around and gave it to the people that tanked them. Too big to fail. Man, come on, man. Whatever. You ain't too big to fail. Your ass fail. And you'll fix it next time. But anyway, Obamacare only works if you don't. Well, seeing it, what do you mean? Does it work for if you don't work or if you are working poor? Shut the fuck up. First of all, Obamacare probably doesn't work because that's not universal health care. Universal health care would work perfectly fine if everybody could go to a fucking doctor. Okay? If it wasn't privatized. There you go. Poorest nation on one of the poorest nations in the planet, Cuba, has universal health care. They don't have you walk out, you can go to a doctor. But whatever, man. This isn't a political channel, but fuck y'all with your bullshit. Okay? Half of you motherfuckers are the reason why shit's fucked up. I'm telling you, man. Telling you. You vote for people to pump your jobs overseas and blame people because they want to be healthcare, because they want healthcare. But you support people that pump your jobs, pump all your jobs overseas. Okay. I'll say Nasha Bates said, if you don't have a promotion company behind you, don't get seen by a doctor, because I see a doctor on the sideline. No, the doctor is the state is going to have a doctor there because you have to have that there. Because you have to have that there. The state, but those doctors are not paid for by the promoter. They're paid for by the state. Those are paid by the state. Now there's fees that you have to pay to the state in order to have the fight, you know. And I'm not an expert on that, but those states are those box doctors are there because it's the law that they have to be. Anyway, man, I'm not getting on this political stuff, but for real, just kick rocks, man. Okay, just kick rocks on that shit. I agree with everything you said for now. My wife and I just finished 8-week Dave Ramsey course. It taught us a lot about life insurance and healthcare. Yeah, man. I mean, come on, man. It's profit driven. That's what it is. And there's always a huge imbalance in it. But you guys voted your way. You conservative people voting against your interests. The real wage is stagnant, while the price of healthcare is gone up, what, like 70 or 80%? The cost of housing is going up 300%. The cost of education is going up 200%. All while your wages have stayed the same. But you keep clapping for it? Okay. The price of everything is going up and your real wage is staying the same. The disparity between the richest people in the United States, the richest people in a company, and the average person is like 35, it's like 35 to 1. But you think that's cool because you think maybe one day you can make it there too. Yeah, that's cool because I want to be, if I work hard, I'll be rich. Get the fuck out of here with all of that, man. He said, Fanon, we'd have universal health coverage in the U.S. if it weren't for black people benefiting. Well, you know really what it was? Well, let me put it this way, Gregory Wyatt. This is what happened. Much love. And this is what happened. And I'll talk about this in the last couple minutes of this. There's always downturns in capitalism. There's always downturns, And you can call a downturn a depression, a recession, a correction, whatever it is. On a regular basis, there's going to be a downturn in the economy of a capital company, in a capitalist economy. And the reason for that is uncertainty, because the premise of that is that the market is going to dictate what goods are sold and what goods are sold, what goods are produced, where the resources are going to be put, right? Because it's a market-based economy. That's what that is. And when you have, what the problem with that is, though, is that there's no planning. You know, where you have like something like a socialist nation or like China, or China was the fastest growing in the 20th century. China was the fastest growing economy in the world. In the 19th century, the fastest growing economy in the world was the Russian economy. And the reason that they could grow was because they are able to plan their economy. Because they say, this is what we're going to do. We're going to build this. We're going to sell this. Certain amount of people are going to build this. Certain amount of people are going to build this. And they make sure that what is produced is actually going to be, there's going to be a correlation between what's produced and what is consumed. You don't get that in a free market system. What you have is you'll have people investing resources in buying and producing one thing, right? But when the market goes away from that, when the market goes away or changes and people aren't interested in buying that, then it ricochets through the economy and you constantly have imbalances. So during the Great Depression, there was this big collapse, and there were these people you called robber barons who were Rockefeller, all those J.P. Morgan, all those guys who were demonized because they brought about the Great Depression. As a result of the Great Depression, there was a lot of socialists, capitalists, unionists who really pushed on FDR to make sure that they had a social safety net. Things like if people were going to have a job, they had a right to a job. That's how they wound up building parks, and you had Social Security. Social Security was implemented, right? A lot of different social programs that made where there was a safety net, supposed to be a safety net. But over time, the capitalists, big money, attacked that. So, and they eventually wound up deregulating banks, deregulating, shutting business, making government small, taking money away from the government for social services and giving it out in tax breaks to wealthy corporations. And it just really skewed the balance between the corporate America and the working class. And so what you have now is you just have a situation where there's more disparity, and eventually it's just unstable. So universal health care, that's something related to taking away profits from that 0.001% of people, because it's a market-driven economy. And what you're saying with universal health care is you're going to take it out of the market. You're going to have it overseen by the government. And consequently, the people that are earning money off that can't or won't be able to earn money and profits off of it. So they fight against it. But eventually, they're going to have to give into it at a certain point in time, because the imbalance between the wealthy and the poor is going to get so great that you really do have a potential for an explosive situation. So, I mean, it's the same thing that prevents universal health care is the same thing that would have prevented the Social Security Administration from ever being established prior to the Great Depression. Sorry for going through that on you, man. Robert Smiley said, a person in your comments was asking about fighters being mandated to wear headgear. I say it would take away from the excitement of the fight. Yeah, I mean, why? No, that's not boxing. You might as well cut out boxing if you do that. Headgear? Who wants to watch a fight in headgear? Like, nah, that's not gonna work. And people can still get hurt wearing headgear. But nah, that's a no-go, dude. Anyway. Yeah, it wouldn't help. We need a balance of capitalism and social. We already have socialist programs in America. The cops department and the post office, Social Security. Capitalism would disappear if we're Medicare involved. Yeah, I think it's going to go away regardless, because it's inefficient, and it's inefficient at its very core. It's very unstable. It's very, very. Capitalism is a system as defined in this manner. The market is not capitalism. The market is a mechanism of distribution. Capitalism, in its essence, is the relationship of an employer to an employee. An employer and an employee. It's a mechanism of production. And it's very, very imbalanced. It's just the having profit be the motive is the core of capitalism. And unless that's checked, you're going to have it's always going to have volatility to it, because at its very core, you're always trying to get more out of something than you give, right? It's like a successful capitalist is somebody who gets substantially more return on their investment. That's, ROI, return on investment. You're saying if I give $1, I want 10 back. Well, we're dealing with when you're dealing with finite commodities or finite resources, rather, then you're creating an imbalance. And the more success and the greater an imbalance that you can cause, the more successful you are. And that's the core structure. That's the core motivator. And that means throughout all of the system, there's going to be that imbalance. Always. China has something that's slightly different. They have a combination between socialism and capitalism, that there's certain sections of the work that they're doing that they set aside for individual entrepreneurs to participate in. But then there are certain sections where they say that the government is going to be the number one primary player, which allows their government to plan what they're going to do, and that's why they had that their gross domestic product in a bad month or a bad year is 6% growth, and ours is 2%. That's a 300% faster growth on the downside of something. And it's all a result of being able to plan what you do. In the US, we can't plan what we do. And you can't plan it because it's based on the whims of the market, right? Capitalism is good for products. Human beings are not products, but it's really not good for products either. There's been almost nothing that's been developed of any significance that has not been developed in a very social way. The military, most of the major inventions that are associated or given to corporations are developed by the military. The internet wasn't invented by what's that guy's name? The Vice President Gore. It was invented by the military. Most of the technology that we have, the surveillance technique, all that stuff, that's done by the core technology is developed by the government, by the military. There's massive amounts of money put into design and development of products in the military primarily, and then it goes from the military out into the regular public. So man, I mean, most of that ingenuity and stuff takes place in a social system because you have, I mean, that's what you call the myth of the big social inventor, the myth that not Albert Einstein, what's this guy's name? That Henry Ford invented the automobile, and the Wright brothers invented the plane, and Steve Jobs created the iPhone, and Steve Jobs didn't create shit. But anyway, like I said, man, this ain't what this channel is. That's a political talk, man. Ron Jones said, "Let me help. Is Wilder the number one heavyweight all time? Because you talking over their head." No, he is not. Muhammad Ali is the number one heavyweight of all time. The average person is 65 years behind the current tech. Okay, thank you, sir. Tesla was really about the people. Electricity should be free and wireless. Of course it is. It's the planet Earth. It's the planet Earth, man. Like, that's the thing. At the end of it, dude, it's the planet Earth. It's the planet Earth. Why should anybody? But see, I don't want to give my thoughts on the matter. We live in the world we live in, but man, come on, man. You know what it is. Wilder might be the hardest hitting heavyweight ever. He might be, but that's a lot of heavyweights. I'll put it this way. There are several heavyweights. If they hit you, you going bye-bye. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Politics and economics is very simple. They're both based on money. If you understand money, then you understand both. Well, politics is a little bit about human relationships, and I think human relationships is all about human relationships, but I got you. Because certain of these people do like money. Man, these people don't need any more money. They don't need any more money. They've got so much money. Well, why could they possibly need any more money? At this point in time, their idea of money is keeping score. Like once you get $300 million, how much more money do you need? You can eat. You'll never have to worry about eating. You never have to worry about where you're going to live. You can buy any type of any type of car you want. You can do whatever you want. Really, anything that anybody else can do. No, man. At a certain point in time, it's about having more than the guy that's next to you. Having more than the guy that's next to you. Feeling better about yourself than the guy that's next to you. And we've all felt that at times in life. You know, I do well. You know, my family's okay. We've got a decent income. We have a blessed life. But then you go somewhere and you sit next to somebody and they pull up in a Ferrari. And you look at that Ferrari and you be like, damn, how'd this dude get that Ferrari? That shit costs more. That car is worth more than me. This car is worth more than we make in a whole year. Maybe there's something more important about him than me. Maybe he did some things that were better than what I did. Maybe she did some things that I wish I had done so I could have that thing. You know, jobs and money and all that stuff. It's definitely about your, you know, your basic essentials and what you need in life. But it also talks a little bit about who you think you are and what you have and what does that mean in your place in society. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's why I call them status symbols. Money, and by and large, is a status symbol. So, you know, no man God so-called created don't have enough knowledge to create technologies alone. It's all based off the body. It's not inventing. I don't think any of this shit's inventing. Basically, what you're doing is you're mimicking something in nature. The internet is mimicking something in nature. Computers mimic things in nature. It's mimicking because you really can't create anything outside of yourself. Do you know what I mean? You can't create anything else. You cannot create anything greater than yourself. The most that you can do is amplify something that you have within yourself. You know what I mean? Anyway, though, it is what it is. Hey, man, if y'all ain't, man, we got 290 people, man. Hit the like button before you get out of here. I really do appreciate everybody. Much love in the super chats and all that good stuff. But nah, headgear sucks. So what do you think about all the death the promotion companies will get doctors? I say we make a stand. So what do you think with all the death the promotion companies will get doctors? I say make a stand. No. Oh, Natasha Bass, I'm sorry. I missed your super chat. And I missed a couple ones. Sorry. Let me go back here. All right. I'm sorry, man. Let me go back to these super chats. My bad. Wow. Really went in on one. Fanon, Vladimir Zap. Fanon, thank you for all your hard work. I have hipped all my friends and family to your show. Thanks, man. I appreciate that, man. We try to mix it up a little bit around here. Talk about some things. Not Natasha Bass said, so if you don't have a promotion company behind you, you don't get seen by a doctor because I see a doctor at the ring sideline. I got that. Fanon, we'd have universal coverage in UF if it wasn't for black people. Saw that. We addressed that. Natasha Bass says, so you think with all the deaths on the promotion companies will get doctors? I say we make a stand. No, they won't. No, they won't. But they should get insurance. And I find it ridiculous. See, this is where you talk about like all the money that's being paid by DAZN. Was that a DAZN fight? Was that a DAZN fight? With was that a DAZN fight? It was in Chicago. It was Usyk, right? They got $1 billion. But they do they buy insurance? They got $1 billion budget. Did DAZN take money out of their budget to insure the fighters? You got $1 billion, you got $100 million a year. Did DAZN insure the fighters? You got $1 billion, right? Got $1 billion. Now I heard you don't have those issues with the PBC. Al Heyman can dedicate a portion of his purse to that because he can take 15% of a purse and put it towards insurance because he doesn't charge 33%. He charges some of the big fighters as little as 5%. You read these recent articles on DAZN's Putin influenced gangster owner? Nah, man, I haven't. I did read how these cats, like these fraud shit's probably going to get real expensive soon. No condolences or anything public from DAZN. Yeah, because they probably wouldn't want to have any, accept any responsibility for it. Oh, yeah. Hey, John Meza, but they're going to impeach. If they impeach Trump, they're going to get him reelected. Mark my words. If they impeach the best thing for the reelection campaign for Donald Trump is for them to impeach him. Because them people are going to stick. They're about to show up in droves to those polls if they impeach him. So much so that I think that these guys are trying to get him reelected by doing it. Like, what sense does that make? That would be like that's like the reaction that American fight fans had to Eddie Hearn dogging out Deontay Wilder. People just got spiteful with the shit. Like, oh, really? You just sort of kind of try to come roll over shit? Oh no, we're gonna get spiteful with it. And I've been spiteful, and I've been spiteful every day since. He said, oh, Robert Smile said, and that's a fact. I said the Democrats are making the wrong move. Yeah. But see, dude, if they're not making the wrong move, they're making the right move for what they want. They would rather have him than Bernie Sanders. They would rather have that. They would rather have it. Trust me, I believe that. They would rather have it. Look, man, people get impeached, but he resigned. Getting impeached doesn't mean that they're going to evict you from office. That means impeachment means starting the process. No, you're going to have them people show up to the polls. That's all you're going to do. You're just going to have everybody show up to the polls, make sure you get back in. But that's what they want anyway. Distract from the major problem. The real wage has not moved in 30 years. 30 years. 30 years. The real wage has not increased in 30 years. But the pricing of housing has gone up 300%. Your education costs for your kids have gone way up. Your healthcare has gone way up. Your money, your buying power is decreased. It's just, come on, man. While yours stayed the same, while theirs went through the roof. Through the roof. It's not like the economy's not growing. It just ain't growing for you. So that's why people have to do a lot better. We have to become more business minded. Yeah, exactly. Local business, I agree with that. And shout out to the Ldbc because we are very, very business minded. Absolutely. Giving people something that they actually want instead of something that the promoters want you to sell. And something that is high touch, something that you can't outsource. Nixon resigned, then he was pardoned by 4. Man, the president ain't going to jail, dude. Them dudes ain't going to jail. Anyway, it is what it is. Much love to everybody in the super chat. With that, we out. Check out my man KQKC Boxing coming up next. Peace.